Those of you who may have or may not have seen the video commentary that I did about what she had to say. Like I told y'all in the video, I woke up this morning and I saw that Jada Pinkett Smith was trending. It was actually Tupac that was trending. And then I saw why she was trending and I went and looked it up. And yes, she said exactly what she said. I don't think it's going to be too long before we see a divorce. Because if you're Will Smith and you hear your wife telling the world that she didn't know you were going to do what you're going to do and she thought it was a skit, that lets you know that she didn't take what didn't take what Chris Rock said seriously. But he did, because he's been fighting for her love for quite some time. Salute to everybody that's here. Shout out to everyone that is tuning in. Shout out to the moderators, the channel members, the Patreon. Shout out to Liana with the first super chat. Make sure y'all get the likes up. Hopefully y'all are following me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Or you could Twitter, X, and Instagram. Also, make sure y'all subscribe to the Patreon. I put the link in the description in the chat room. Make sure y'all go over to Patreon. I put up a bunch of exclusive videos last night. Well, I put up one. I'm gonna put up the other one. I put up one about young Pharaoh, and then I spoke about Jimmy Butler. So I put up a video about young Pharaoh, and I put up another video about Jimmy Butler, emasculation of black men or trolling. And then I also put up the stream from the other day. That stream is not public. The stream I did about Kayla Nicole. It is for members only on YouTube, as well as anybody that's following me on Patreon. So make sure y'all go and check those particular videos out, and also the other videos I have there. And if you have any suggestions, you can always let me know. You can send me stuff, But let's see who's here in the chat room. Let's see who's here early. Costellar, Shakaris, Slim South, Calvin, Clear Blue, Nate, the GOAT, Dab, Caveman Talk, Brian Turner, Cameron, Leilani, Eric, AT, King Dambo, Fred the Jammer, Mask, Ashura, Didi, Kathy, IMLB3, Zoe Marley, Loving Homes, what's up? Salute to y'all. Salute to the moderators that are here. Shout out to y'all. Gina Finch, what's up? I think you follow me on Facebook, right? I appreciate y'all being here tonight. I know it's not that easy to want to stay up when you probably have to work in the morning, but a lot of times, I don't know, I prefer when things sort of calm down. I've gone live around 4 or 5 or 6. It just seems like there's a lot going on and people don't have the time to really sit down and listen to a live stream. Salute to Black Goku. What's good, Black Goku? The stream should be good. Oh, it's gonna be good. Oh, it's gonna be good. Definitely. What's up, Steven? Salute to everybody that's here. Okay, Jana. Man, you talk about somebody having you by the nuts. Says it's early, almost 8 in Cali. I know the West Coast is pretty early on the West Coast. I know it's probably still light outside. Y'all probably still have some daylight out there. You know what? I've been thinking about places that I want to visit. California, even though it's a very fucked up place right now, I wouldn't mind going there sometime. You just have to. You have to visit the West Coast. Wouldn't mind hitting up Vegas, or maybe even I always want to go to Seattle, but nah. I don't know. Arizona, definitely. Arizona. Shout out to all my people on the West Coast, especially in Cali. I got a bunch of people that follow me in Cali. but I don't know what it is. You know, you got to visit California at least once, maybe twice. You know, even though, like I said, it's a crazy place, but there are certain parts that are really nice. I heard San Diego's a nice place. Um, just just to see what the energy's like. You know what I'm saying? Me being a West Coaster, being out there on being the East Coaster, being out there on the West Coast would be interesting. No, I've never been to California. No, I just never had the time to go, man. It's taking a trip across the country that takes a lot of time. Okay, I'm a planner. I like to plan things ahead of time. I just haven't had a chance to do it. But I take my time. I don't. I'm the type of person. It takes me a while to get to something. I'll put it off. But I'm not an impulsive person when it comes to doing like trips and shit. Like I'd wait years. I will literally wait years. I'm willing to be patient in some aspects, you know? Just stay away from Compton. Richard says I visited LA in 2021. But shout out to everybody there. Shout out to everybody on the West Coast, Midwest, South, East Coast, Northeast. All my foreign listeners. Loving Homes says it's 10 p.m. Yeah, we on the same time, Loving Homes. I'm right there near Florida. I'm right a state above it. So I want to visit Hollywood and come on. That's me. Visit, and then leave immediately. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Black Jesus? Visit and then leave immediately. We lived in San Fran. Salute to everybody that's here. Make sure y'all get the likes up, man. I know I'm doing a little small talk. Shout out to everybody. So make sure y'all go follow me on Rumble. That link is in the chat. It's pinned at the top. All my links there. Well, my Rumble link is in the description box. So you go to, I think the Rumble link is in the description box. Because YouTube is on some BS, and I do want to start streaming over there on Rumble or even Kick. Hell, why not? Shout out to Clear Blue with the super chat. Says Will Smith received a 10-year ban from the Academy Awards for defending an ungrateful. Right, she sounds very ungrateful. She sounds very ungrateful. And let's get to this ungrateful heifer, because I've stalled enough. Again, make sure y'all like the stream.
Will Smith received a 10-year ban from the Academy Awards for defending ungrateful Jada.
Uh-huh. Appreciate it. Let's get to this ungrateful alpha. Jada Pinkett Smith is everything that she claims she isn't. Make sure you check it before you go to LA. Jada Pinkett is everything that she thinks that she isn't. Now that August Alsina thing makes a whole lot more sense. People talked about for years that Jada Pinkett and Will Smith were in an open relationship, right? But they actually were separated. So if you actually look at it, there really was, according to her, there was no cheating because they weren't together. When the August Alsina thing happened, they had separated. That's when things seemed to, it was funny is that August Alsina went to live with them right around the time that they quote unquote separated. That's very interesting timing, ain't it? What's up, Jean Marie? Make sure y'all like the stream. The timing of it was very interesting because right when they separate, according to her, that's when August Alsina came into the picture. August Alsina came into the picture once she had and him had separated, according to her. Oh, we're gonna get to what Tommy Davidson had to say. We're gonna get to also what she had to say about Chris Rock. Chris Rock was trying to hit on her. And I believe she told Will Smith about it. That is probably one of the reasons why he did what he did. But when you look at this relationship, I'm telling you right now, I can see divorce happening sometime in the near year. The kids are grown. They really have no reason to be with each other. I think that Will Smith kind of used her because in Hollywood, you're going to get more work as an actor if you have a wife and family. That's what it's like corporate America. And I've heard people say this. In corporate America, you get the opportunities that you get because you have a wife and you have a family. And that is why I feel like he wanted to keep things together. But now his life is in a very interesting place. I also saw where they're saying that Jada Pinkett was so unhappy she was using spiritual rituals, voodoo, to make herself happy. She's a dysfunctional woman that came from a dysfunctional background. One thing that you got to understand about Western women who come from dysfunctional backgrounds, it's very difficult for them to be able to build connections with people. It was very difficult for her to want something she never really had. Maybe at first she did. And I think that, she also wanted to have a celebrity relationship. She wanted to have a celebrity relationship. And she was willing to be with a guy that she didn't even want to be with. Let's be real about this. How are you unhappy with a famous husband? You have children, you're married. How are you unhappy? How are you unhappy? How are you at a point to where you say that I need to use spiritual rituals in order to bring happiness to my life? I need to separate in order to bring happiness to my life. She was broken before she got with him. The reason why she has so much love for Tupac is because Tupac came from the same background she did. Even though Will Smith's life, according to him, even though he had both his parents in his life, his parents had very dysfunctional marriage. He says his father used to put hands on his mother, and he watched that growing up. So even though, yes, he had both his parents, it wasn't the best childhood, But because her and Tupac were so cool and so close at a young age, she had that imprint. And what y'all got to understand is a lot of women out here, it don't matter what these women say, a lot of them have been imprinted by another man. Some of you guys, I'm not saying y'all specifically here, but some of you guys, you're married to women who've been imprinted by another man. Yes, you have. You have married a woman who has been imprinted. She's been imprinted. Jada Pinkett was imprinted by Tupac. Say whatever you want, because people are going to say, well, why would you say that, Jane? She married Will. Yes, she married Will because at the time she was getting work in Hollywood. He was working. They were both working actors. When you look at pictures of them from the 90s, early 2000s, she seemed happy. She seemed just as happy as he was. But when those jobs start drying up, Jada Pinkett lost her smile. She became a miserable woman. You see, Will Smith's career continued. That was one point Right around, I would say 2007, 2008, Will Smith was the biggest actor in Hollywood. And then it kind of tailed off. Some of the movie choices that he made weren't always the best. But she lost her smile. And that is when she created the Red Table Talk. And she started to slowly but surely reveal who she really was and her real motives. Oh yeah, she's probably done a lot of dirty things. I've heard that. I made a video about that. Voice of Reason. I made a video about that. Again, make sure y'all like the streams, cause likes up. This woman was miserable. This woman, again, and I say this a lot. There's a lot of women. The reason why you see so many women single is because they've been imprinted by some dysfunctional man. Yeah, Will Smith's first wife was a better suited for him. But for whatever reason, that didn't work out. I think because maybe he, wanted a chick like Jada Pinkett. You know what I'm saying? Jada Pinkett was like that cute, charismatic female, right? That's why, even though they claim her and Tupac didn't have a relationship, that's why Tupac was so drawn to her. And I think Will Smith was drawn to her. But sometimes some people ain't the best for you. Now, it wasn't a total loss. They had children together. But what a lot of men got to understand is the reason why your wife acts out the way that she does is because she's been imprinted by another man. And no matter how much she tries to make you, have y'all noticed when a woman gets with a guy, that guy changes the way he dresses? Shout out to Eric.
Jada better be careful, cause if she get what she wants via divorce, how's it playing out for those before her? If she's dysfunctional now, she wouldn't handle the backlash and social media chatter.
Appreciate that. Well, I mean, things will be different from her because she wouldn't be with Will, and she doesn't have anything going on right now. She's executive producing shows, right? She's writing this book. Like, she's trying to find something, but it's just not there. And back to what I was saying, when women act out, whether you're married to that woman or you're in a relationship with her, those women, when they act out and they try to change, this is before they start acting out. Have y'all noticed that? I'm getting all over the place, but have y'all noticed that women will get with a man and then they will try to change everything about him? They'll try to change the way he dresses, the way, how he grooms himself, right? I've seen that. That tells me that woman is trying to change you into the men that she likes. And when she doesn't get that, she'll start to act out because she really doesn't want to be with you, right? A woman that respects you is not going to try you. She's not going to embarrass you. She's going to go out of her way to be supportive and protective of you. So what we have here is a woman who is still in love with a man who's no longer here, who every day wishes he was here and has tried to find his replacement, and Will ain't that. That's why I say, you know what? If her and Will Smith was to fully divorce, I could see her dating one of these rappers. I could totally see that. Because for so long, she has been trying to find Tupac. And Will Smith wasn't going to be that. Will Smith became the family man actor, right? And the thing is, it doesn't matter how old these women get. That imprint that they have on them never goes away. Or, you have women, though, who will physically try to become like the men that they like. Have y'all noticed you're seeing an uptick on women getting these neck tattoos and sleeve tattoos, chest tattoos, back tattoos, like men, right? Go look at any one of her ex-boyfriends. They all have a similar look, and she tries to make herself into that. This woman is imprinted, and this woman is going to forever be in love with Tupac. I think that Will Smith made a mistake trying to wife her up. But Will Smith had an ego, and he's like, well, I can tame her, right? And that he thought he could tame her. Well, he kind of did. He thought he could make her love him. But nothing Will has done has made that situation any better. It's made it worse. It really has. I agree, Kathy. I think Tupac did put her in the friend zone, and she wanted more, but he never really took it that far. He could have. Maybe she thinks that she could have been that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe she feels like, she could have become more with him. But I want to get into this. I want to get into this with Chris Rock. While she was doing her interview, shout out to Lytel. The imprint thing is real. When Jesus met that woman at the well, she said she had many husbands, even though she was married. I appreciate that, man. So apparently, according to Jada Pinkett, Chris Rock tried to holler at her when he thought that she was divorced. Let me just say this. And I'm also going to talk about Tommy Davidson, because he gave an interview and he talked about how Will Smith wanted to fight him over a kissing scene that he did with Jada Pinkett, even though she's an actress.
The imprint thing is real. When Jesus met that woman at the well, he said she had many husbands, even though she was married.
Right. Appreciate it, man. Let me say this. If this is true, now this is according to her, Chris Rock, I mean, what kind of friend are you, bro? Because apparently Chris Rock and Will Smith were friends. You know? But let's get into this. Let's see. Jada Pinkett Smith revealed to People magazine that she has not spoken to Chris Rock since the night of the 2022 Oscars, when Will Smith slapped Chris Rock across the face after the comedian made a joke about Jada's bald head on stage. Rock's joke was divisive because of Jada's alopecia. No, I haven't talked to Chris. Do I have any desire to talk to Chris? Here's my desire. I just hope that all the misunderstanding around this can be cleared up and that there can be peace, Jada told publication. She also was she offended by Rock's joke? She says, I mean, that's what comedians do. Jada said, I would just have to say that I am not really here to make any judgment on how people decide to express themselves and express their art. I'll say that several times I've had my feelings hurt, for sure. I've had my feelings hurt a lot by Chris. But at the end of the day, too, being in the spotlight, it comes with the territory. So she's already distancing herself, saying, bygones be bygones. It's what comedians do. But we saw the video. We saw you roll your eyes at him. So obviously it did hit a nerve. Says, while Chris Rock and Jada have not spoken since the night of the 2022 Oscars, Jada did reveal for the first time that Rock went off the stage and went up to her immediately after the slap. Chris came down to the end of the stage and tried to apologize to me. Jada said, he said, I didn't mean you any harm. I said, I can't talk about this now, Chris. This is some old shit. I thought this was about the Oscars 2016 and their stuff that they had before I even came into the picture in the late 80s. I've got to leave that to Will and Chris to talk about, but they got their stuff for sure. For Jada, 2016 Oscars appeared to play into the 2022 Oscar slap. Back in 2016, Jada publicly protested the Academy Awards ceremony amid the Oscar So White controversy, in which the awards failed to nominate a single person of color. In 4 acting categories, Rock was the host that year and even made a Jada protest joke in his monologue. And Jada said he might have been offended by her comments against the ceremony. There might be some misunderstanding between Chris and I as far as 2016 Oscars. I think he might have taken offense, which I meant no harm in offending. Jada said that wasn't my intention, but I do think there's a big misunderstanding there. Let's see. Let's skip down through some of this. Jada also revealed that Rock once reached out to ask her to go on a date while rumors were circulating about her possible divorce from Will. Now we about to get into some dirty macking territory. Now it's not direct dirty macking. It's like it's like slick dirty macking, right? I think every summer all the reports would come out that her and Will were getting a divorce. Jada said, and this particular summer, Chris, he thought that they were getting a divorce. So he called her and basically he was like, I would love to take you out. And she was like, what do you mean? He was like, well, aren't you and Will getting a divorce? She says, she was like, no, Chris, those are just rumors. He was appalled and he profusely apologized. And that was that. Jada and Will are not divorced, but she did recently reveal that they have been secretly separated for the last 7 years. 6 of those years predated the Oscar slap, which Jada originally thought was a skit in the moment. I thought this is a skit. Jada said, I was like, there's no way that Will hit him. It wasn't until Will started to walk back to his chair that I even realized it wasn't a skit. Now let's get into what Chris Rock did. Listen, I do not agree with Will Smith slapping this guy. Y'all say it sounds like trolling. What's up, gaming foodie? What's there? But Chris, did you contact this woman trying to get on a date with her the moment you thought they were separated? Out of all the women in Hollywood that you could be with, Chris, you tried to get with this woman? Now, I'm trying to figure out, was this before or after the joke? Was this before the joke or after the joke? It said the summer, so it might have been after the Oscars. So you mean this was after the Oscars 2016? You tried to get with this woman? I could see the appeal. Right? As I told y'all, Jada Pinkett has had charisma. Maybe he's attracted to her. The fact that she was married for so long to Will, right? It's good last sizzle. Make sure y'all like the stream. Why are you trying to contact this woman to go on a date, sir? This is why Will slapped you. I bet you Jada Pinkett got angry with Will, and she said, that's why your friend was in my text messages. I guarantee you that's what happened. I think she told Will that he was trying to hook up with her, and that's why Will went on stage and slapped him. I can't, you know what I'm saying? Again, you dudes be friends. You'll be a friend to a guy. Now, maybe Will Smith smashed one of his exes that we don't know of, because again, Will Smith and Chris Rock, I believe, have been cool for a long time, even before, he may have married his first wife. So maybe So maybe we'll smash somebody in Chris Rock's past, because that's crazy. But it also puts more emphasis on why he went up on that stage and slapped him, because he didn't have any respect for Chris. You're not gonna smack your friend in the face unless you lost respect for him. And I think Jada Pinkett told him what happened, and it gave him more fuel to go do what he did. She put a battery in his back. Y'all know I did a video about, there were rumors that Chris Rock and Jada Pinkett Smith hooked up. Now, they may not have hooked up with each, maybe they did. Because why would Chris text her about going on a date if he never smashed? We got to talk about this, family. Why would Chris contact her without having proof? Shout out to Black.
I have a hard time believing that they were separated for 7 years, even with the August Alsina situation. Otherwise, why would she call it an entanglement?
Well, this could be her trying to get people to, buy her book. It could be a play. But I think that she may say that because she doesn't want to be seen as a cheater. Women hate to be caught cheating. Women hate for people to know if they are cheaters or not, right? So they'll try to mask it as, well, we were separated anyway, right? So I have to ask the question, did Chris hit it? Because why would Chris contact her out the blue on some, I heard you got separated. What's up? Like, why would he even do that? I think that they may have smashed before, because again, this guy made jokes about her. They pieced it out. They cool. But this guy just contacted her out the blue, talking about going on a date. That's crazy. That is crazy. But nothing surprises me. Maybe the rumors are true. Maybe Chris Rock did smash. Shout out to Achilles.
Will Smith should have listened to Kodak Black when he said he needs to divorce Jada and start dating some 18-year-old foreign woman. Lol.
Maybe so, man. Plenty of women out here. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he's not into younger women like that, Not every man is into younger women. Maybe he's into women more his age. That's just how it is, man. Not all these men want women that are 20-year-olds or 19-year-olds. Not everybody is Leonardo DiCaprio. You know what I'm saying? They may not all be into. Look at Alex Rodriguez. That man has never dated a younger woman. He's always dated women close to his age. There are men that just aren't into younger women. They want a woman their age, right? But why would Chris Rock? Now again, we are going to entertain what Jada is saying. Why would Chris Rock contact her out the blue without any confirmation unless he has smashed before? It's like when you contact one of your ex jump offs, right? You got a team. You got a team like maybe 5 or 6 chicks, and one of them left to be in a relationship, and now she's single, and you hitting her up, right? That's what that seems like. It seemed like, he found out that she might be single and available, and he immediately tried to hit her up. I mean, really? Shout out to Liana the Good Nurse. So I never found that G.I. Jane reference for that. It was a terrible joke. So I think a Black Panther reference would have been more current. Absolutely. But you see other people are writing it. He was letting non-comedians write his jokes for that particular segment. Shout out to Link. Says, Will coming out the closet. Coming soon. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, he's had kids, so I don't know if he's like, because I mean, he's had kids, so I mean, I don't know if he's like all the way on that team.
I never found that G.I. Jane reference funny. I think a Black Panther reference would have been more current.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But Chris, are you contacting her?
Will coming out the closet coming soon.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that link. So that basically justifies the video that I made, because why else would Chris Rock contact her like that without no confirmation unless he was looking to rekindle something? I'm telling you, when a chick you used to smash goes and gets into a relationship, y'all kind of cut off communication, then you find out she's single again, you contact her. That's what that seems like. That's what that seems like. And y'all gotta remember, Jada Pinkett says she was a sex addict. So you're a sex addict and you and Will Smith separated for like 7 years. Who you been sleeping with? Because it just, I don't think it was just Will. And you a sex addict. You know? And women's sex addicts are worse because, you know what I'm saying? They if they're attractive, man, you know, they getting males trying to get with them every day. You know what I'm saying? Being a celebrity too. Being a celebrity too. They probably had plenty of threesomes. I believe her and Jada and Will probably have had a couple of threesomes together. Absolutely. You got two energetic peoples together, especially in the 90s. Will Smith talked about how he was having so much sex back in the day, he vomited. Y'all remember Will Smith said that? Will Smith said he was having so much sex back in the day that he ended up vomiting from it or something like that, right? Made him sick. He was having so much sex. And you bring both of those energetic, sex crazed people together. I don't think she was just with Will. I think she was getting it in. I think she was getting it in. This lady said she masturbated multiple times a day. Yeah, she was getting it in. I don't think that she was with Will, but she did a very good job at covering her tracks. Y'all got to understand, these women like Jada Pinkett are very good at covering their tracks. So you don't know that they've been out here cheating. I told y'all, women are good at this shit. Nobody does it better than a woman. Nobody gonna cheat better than a woman. It just not. You just not gonna be able to do it. When a woman gets caught, it's usually because she either wants to get caught or she's in a situation where she's dealing with a man that deals with her on his time. And she ends up getting herself caught because instead of her controlling the situation, somebody else controls it for her. Yeah, I think that's what Will Smith said. That's what Will Smith said. That was back when he was a youngster, you know? Hold on, let me see if I can find excerpt. Let's see, Will Smith. Sex until vomit. Yep. Hold on, I'm gonna show y'all this article so y'all don't think that I'm BSing. I'm gonna show y'all this. Let's see. Hold up. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Y'all see that? You'll see that? This is from 2021. I used to vomit after orgasming as a psychosomatic reaction. That's what he said. Yeah, Jay, she said she was addicted to masturbating. She was addicted to masturbating. I'm pretty sure that's not the only thing she was addicted to. You know what I'm saying? Y'all see that? Y'all see it? So y'all know I ain't BS, and that's exactly what that says. You know? Right there. Just let me know when y'all seen that. You know? Y'all see it? It is in his book. Because he was promoting his book and he said this. He was promoting his book, and that's what he put out there. Will Smith handled heartbreak not listening to sad tunes, but having too much sex. Y'all see that? Having too much sex. So he was screwing so much that he started vomiting. Y'all got to understand, you're talking about a young, successful black man. He getting white women throwing themselves at him, black women. You got the Latinas throwing themselves, the biracial heifers. Everybody's throwing themselves at Will Smith. And he says that he was dealing with heartbreak, right? The King Richard star revealed in his new memoir, Will, that he turned into a gag-prone ghetto hyena sexually after his then-girlfriend Melanie cheated on him. So his way of dealing with his girlfriend cheating on him was to sleep with a bunch of women to the point to where he was vomiting. Yeah, and he was a TV star. It's a successful black man, you know. I desperately needed relief, but as there is no pill for heartbreak, I resorted to the homeopathic remedies of shopping and rampant sexual intercourse. Will writes, up until this point in my life, I had only had sex with one woman other than Melanie, but over a few months, I went full ghetto hyena. I'm surprised he didn't have a bunch of children. So at least, you know, unless his pullout game was elite, he must have been, I would assume, wearing protection. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say Will Smith is an intelligent guy, because if he was any other of these dudes, he would probably have a bunch of kids out here already before he got married. Yeah, he used sex to cope with heartbreak. Apparently that didn't agree with his inner being, so Smith developed a psychosomatic reaction to ejaculating. So I had sex with so many women, and it was so constitutionally disagreeable to the core of my being that I developed a psychosomatic reaction to having an orgasm, he writes. It would literally make me gag and sometimes even vomit. Despite the adverse reaction to sex, Smith continued to sleep with women in hopes that they would cure his heartbreak. I'm telling y'all wouldn't be turning men into demons. Y'all be turning men into demons. This is why Future exists. This is why Future exists. Future probably got cheated on, so he went full demon. And it just becoming, as Will Smith said, a ghetto hyena that was screwing everything with no remorse. With no remorse. When you women come across men that are just screwing left and right, they're not putting a ring on your finger, they just hitting it and quitting it. That's because they've been done wrong. Behind every womanizer, behind every man that has a bunch of kids or a bunch of different women is a man that got cheated on by a woman that he actually loved. That's what happens out here. That's what happens out here. This is what creates men like Future. When a woman that you love cheats on you, probably with a lame, somebody that ain't you, you feel like you're better than that person. And look, if she's cheating with him. You know, so that could make you feel, that can make men just feel like all that they have done is for naught. Because she don't even respect me. So this is why you see so many men out here just running around, smashing chicks left and right without marrying them, because they feel like they have to numb the pain of what some woman has done to them. Shout out to Liana. She just gifted a membership to Shiverman. So when I talk about these things, as far as Will Smith is concerned, this is what he's going through. This is why I say he needs a divorce. But let's get more into it. Let's go deeper. Let's get into what Tommy Davidson had to say on a recent episode. Will Smith allegedly rolled up on Tommy Davidson. Hold on. Will Smith allegedly rolled up on Tommy Davidson for kissing Jada Pinkett Smith. Will Smith doesn't play about his wife and once allegedly rolled up on comedian Tommy Davidson over an unplanned kiss he shared with Jada Pinkett Smith on screen. So he took liberties. Basically, I guess Tommy Davidson took liberties. The comedian stopped by Shannon Sharp's club Shay Shay podcast for a new episode that was published on Wednesday. While discussing his time making the 98 rom-com Woo with Jada, Davidson explained the hostile situation after he planted a kiss on his co-star for the ending scene that he did not discuss with her ahead of time. And bro, that's why he wanted to smack you, bro. Because you're kissing somebody unplanned, bro. I can't fully blame her or Will for being upset about that. Now, Will trying to fight is a whole different story, but I mean, if it's unplanned and you didn't tell her ahead of time, I mean, are you expect her to accept it? Says me and Will had a run-in. He came into the trailer. I was sitting down. He's standing over me. He's like, I don't appreciate that, man. I don't appreciate that. And I'm like, what you talking about? I always know to play it off. And I'm like, what's going on, man? Tell me what's happening. And since he was standing, I was sitting. I was a real nice fella. That's my physics. That's about physics. He continued. I'm like, man, what's going on? He said, I don't appreciate that. And Jada's going. Will. And I'm saying, what's happening, man? And he's like, you tell me what's happening. And he's biting his lip like he might do something. I did the snake and got up. And then I was like, so are you talking about? He said, so what are you talking about, man? And I'm still in that posture. I didn't know what he was thinking about, but I knew what he was doing. And I was like, just tell me what's up. And he's like, you know what's up. So finally, I just said, this is a small place and people are here. We should talk about it. Me and you outside because it looks like you need to get something off your chest. And Jada was like, oh, nah, y'all. I was like, what you mean, nah, y'all? Tell him. And that was the end of that. Yeah, it wasn't a planned kiss. So she probably went and told Will what happened. And Will got upset. I don't think, because how would Will know? How would he know unless she went and complained to Will about it? You know? She went and complained to Will, and Will went and confronted this guy. You gotta remember, Will was a young, 6'2", 6'3" guy. Tommy Davis is a small guy. And Will is in that trailer like he about to do something. So he's like, man, you know what I'm saying? So I could see the situation, possibly getting out of hand here. Tommy Davidson is certainly not the only person Will Smith has rolled up on over Jada Pinkett Smith, as his exchange with Chris Rock at the 2022 Oscars was a slap heard around the world. In an interview with People published on Wednesday, Jada reflected on her past with Rock and revealed new details about their history that may shed some more light on what escalated the Oscar moment. Let's just go to this video. But let's see. Hold on a second, people. Tommy Davidson, that situation to me.
Man, this ain't no.
Okay, that's not a whole snippet. That's the whole thing. So I can't really play that. But I can't say that I'm upset. I don't think Will Smith should be trying to punk people. But I mean, if you put an unplanned kiss on somebody without telling them, that that's gonna cause them to get upset. And again, we're talking about a young Jada, a young Will. This was like towards the late 90s. And Will is not, and it wasn't gonna just take that, especially if his woman is complaining to him. He feels like, as a man, and again, I don't agree with this. I think there are better ways of handling it. But people keep saying Will is this. Will, I don't think Will is weak. People keep saying, oh, he's not. He's older, and he has become this character. This happy-go-lucky, hyper Will. But there's another side to him. That was another side to him. And if Jada is coming to him telling him this, listen, a bunch of you dudes would have done the same thing. I know how, especially black men. I've seen black men get upset at less. Okay? I've seen dudes literally try to shoot up a store or a bus over what a woman told them. So it didn't get to that, okay? You know what I'm saying? It didn't get to that. But I mean, if your woman is coming to you telling you that her male co-star kissed her without going over it first, that would piss off a lot of these dudes. And they're going to pretend like they wouldn't get upset, but yes, they would. Especially if you're in your 20s, you're a successful man, you got a little stroke out here, you know what I'm saying? And this happens and you're there, you just going to sit it out? No, you're going to confront that person. But I would tell him to apologize. I wouldn't be on there trying to fist fight him. I say, hey, look, man, it wasn't planned. I don't think you should have done that. You need to apologize to her. Let's make sure that, things are handled more properly this time. And there is no next time, right? I'm not about to sit up there and be like, you know why I'm here. You know why I'm here. I'm not about to do all that. But again, this was Will Smith, the younger Will Smith, the straight out of Philly Will Smith, I guess, And then that's why he was upset. And I can't sit here and say that none of y'all would be upset too if your woman comes to you and tell you that somebody put an unplanned kiss on her. Y'all would feel some type of way. And y'all would be trying to fight that man. Yes, you would. You'd be trying to fight him. Come out the trailer. Come out. What's up? Y'all be waiting out there ready to fight him. Right. Knowing she's married, it wasn't part of the script. You decide to go off script. Hell yeah, somebody gonna be upset. But it probably will be, I think it should be handled more so of warning. Like, hey, don't do that again, man. Apologize to her, move on from it. Next time, if something like that happens, you get together, you plan it out. You don't just kiss somebody like that. Just because you feel like it fits. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, I'm not about to fight this guy. Fight him for what? Only way I'm going to fight this guy is if he tries to put hands on me. And that's when it's going to turn into a very ugly situation. It's going to turn into a bad situation for him if he tries to put hands on me. So that's what I think of this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. People acting like Will Smith weak. Man, Will Smith will smack the shit out of y'all. Y'all won't do nothing. Okay? Y'all would do exactly what Chris Rock did. I never take people lightly. I don't be out here thinking that everybody can't fight just because you see an image of them. That is not who they are. Just because you see an, just like I told y'all about Tia Mowry. Tia Mowry may act like the bubbly 40-something-year-old mom. That's not who she is. And her Twitter exchange that she had that I showed y'all, it proves it. These people are not who you think they are. I don't know why people think people are weak. They're not. Because if he's weak, then y'all step to Will Smith then. You know? I don't take nobody lightly out here in these streets. Anybody's capable of getting their ass whooped or having violence done to them. Don't take nobody lightly out here. That will be your biggest mistake. That'd be your biggest mistake. He did smack a reporter. Will Smith will smack you. Now, I don't know why people have this narrative that he's not a weak person. People are not weak people. You don't last in Hollywood being a weak person with no scandals, right? Nobody, you know what I'm saying? Like, we don't know who these people are. They put out an image, but that's not who they are. Right? Last Sizzle says he would F up Will Smith in a minute. Okay, sir. I mean, if you say so, you know, listen, I'm not saying that there are people who wouldn't stand their ground, but what I'm saying is I'm not going to sit here and underestimate Will Smith and be like, yeah, I'll kick his ass. I mean, anybody can get their ass kicked on any day. You don't take people lightly. You don't underestimate them because you don't know what they're capable of on that particular day. You may be able to beat that person up 6 days out of the week, but that one day you're going to get caught slipping. One day you'll get caught slipping. That's why you can't take people lightly under no circumstances. Shannon Sharp said he would slap Will Smith. Try Shay Shay. LOL. Okay. Listen, Shannon Sharp is a strong guy. Him and Will Smith are basically the same size. I think he has more muscle than Will Smith. So I mean, it is what it is. you know, it is what it is. But me personally, I just don't think you take people lightly. I've seen people do that, and they got, and they paid for it. You know. They paid for it. Like, people try to act like Michael B. Jordan wouldn't put hands on them. I'm like, what? Yeah, I mean, yeah, I know he plays a fictional boxer, but just because, you know, y'all may think he's corny, he probably would kick your ass, okay? I mean, don't take people lightly. That's the mistake I've seen so many people make, and they end up paying for it. All right? That man probably boxes every day. We don't know. He might be you know what I'm saying? He might box every, you know what I'm saying? We don't know. Probably knows karate, mixed martial. We don't know. But y'all ready to fight somebody? I want to, listen, I would love to see one of y'all pull up on Will Smith and he clear one of y'all. I will laugh my ass off. I really would. We can't be out here trying to punk people. Listen, do I agree with what Will Smith did to Chris Rock? No, I do not. I feel like Will Smith in that moment, was weak. When he went on that stage and slapped Chris Rock, he did that in a moment of weakness. And Chris Rock didn't fight back because Chris Rock was thinking about his own career. He was thinking about everything he has. He could have fought Will Smith on that stage, but he didn't. Sometimes you wish he did, but he was thinking long term. He didn't want to get banned by the Academy because as soon as you got him and they fighting, he would have got punished too. He would have got punished too. But listen, nobody. I'm not gonna stand and let somebody slap me. We gonna fight. Chris Rock chose not to. I mean, that's just a reflex, right? When somebody hits you, you gonna want to hit them back, right? But Chris Rock didn't do that because Chris Rock was thinking, man, I'm not about to ruin my career dealing with this guy who probably going through mental issues. He's gonna pay for it, and you know what? Will Smith is paying for it. Will Smith's career will never be the same. Never. Will Smith's career will never be the same. His career is effectively ruined for what he did. So it's not like he got off lightly. His career is cooked. Career is cooked. Salute to everybody that's here. Chris saved that show. All right. Salute to everybody that's here. I think that's pretty much all I have to say. Thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for being here tonight. Moderators, channel members. Make sure y'all follow me on Patreon to get those exclusive videos I'm putting up. Follow me on Rumble. All my channels are mirrored over there. I may even start streaming from there sometime soon. I want to, so make sure y'all go over there. I'll put that back in the chat again. So make sure y'all follow me on Facebook, Twitter, X, Instagram. Y'all can send me topics on Instagram. Send me topics on Instagram. As well as Twitter. You can tag me on Twitter. You can tweet me on Twitter. I'll see it there because I'm on those platforms the most. And make sure y'all share this live stream and share my videos. Okay, share all the videos. Okay. And thank y'all for being here, man. Appreciate all y'all being here. Shout out to Swing Out. Member for 8 months. Says Dallas checking. Howdy J mods in chat. Willa Smith is Jada's punching dog. It looks like it. Will Smith, if Will Smith divorces her, it'll be a step in the right direction to reclaim his career and life. If he divorces her, I guarantee you he's going to be forgiven because people see her as the problem. She's a gaslighter. D1, listen, I agree. I couldn't walk away from a slap either. Somebody slapped me. We're going to fight. We going to fight. We definitely going to fight. It's on site. It is on site. I'm not about to sit there and let you smack. I'm reflex. I've never been that person. My reflex will be to start throwing punches. Okay, to do damage. That's what I'm looking to do. Is to do damage. But see, that's why I'm not a celebrity. I'm not on award shows because I wouldn't be able to contain my anger in that moment. But Chris Rock did it, and you know what? He wanted to preserve his career. We talk about celebrities being puppets and being afraid. This guy didn't react because he didn't want to lose what he has. Shout out to Give Me Cash. So I remember seeing an old interview. Will said Jada would always bring up how great of a man Tupac. And Will Smith said it would bring him to tears because Jada Pinkett Smith is a dirty SOB and she doesn't love Will Smith. And I think the more time is going on, the more she has had disdain, unfortunately, for Will Smith. And hopefully one day he sees it. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully one day he sees it and he gets, I can make that video where we can all clown Jada Pinkett as a lonely, bitter divorcee that will never be able to meet a successful man like Will Smith. All right, people, thank y'all for being here. Make sure y'all follow me on everything. Go to the Patreon, sign up, follow me on Rumble. The links are in the description box as well as in the chat pinned at the top. Make sure y'all join the channel too, because I am starting to put live streams on members only and on Patreon. So, you know.
I remember seeing an old interview. Will said Jada would always bring up how great of a man Tupac, and Will Smith said it would bring him to tears.
Yeah. Yeah. So what happens, man, when you love a woman more than she loves you, right? Never love somebody more than they love you. All right, people. I'll see y'all next one. Y'all take care. Y'all have a good one. I'm going to play one of my old school outros.